Whether you're a buyer, a seller, or even a tenant, the condition of your bathroom can be a deal breaker. So it makes complete sense to keep your bathroom in tip-top condition and add more value to your home. I'll be showing you a few tips and tricks as well as a simple DIY to add value to your bathroom. An important component of any bathroom is silicone sealant. Silicone prevents water from going in places you don't want and potentially creating a breeding ground for mold and mildew. I've got a basin over here that doesn't have any silicone on it, and I'm going to show you how to apply it. So what you want to do before you apply your silicone sealant is use an all-purpose cleaner and clean off the area from any dirt and grime that may be existing over there. After cleaning, ensure that you dry the area where you'll apply the silicone strip with a soft clean cloth. The next step is to apply a strip of masking tape. The masking tape masks out the area where you're going to apply the silicone sealant and avoids a mess. Apply a strip of masking tape to the basin, like that, and then apply another strip to the wall. And finish off around the sides. Now that our area is prepped and ready, it's time for silicone. Silicone comes in different application forms like marine applications or even car applications. I'm obviously using a bath application and it's white in color. You do get various colors. It's also mold resistant as well as 100% waterproof, which is exactly what we want. Now when applying the silicone sealant, ensure that you apply in an even strip like this. And then you can actually use a smoothing tool or simply your finger just to rub it into the groove. Now that we've applied our silicone to the area, it will be touch dry within 1 hour and fully cured after 24 hours. But it's best practice to remove your masking tape now in order to avoid any uneven edges. Another area of the bathroom to take a look at putting silicone sealant is around your bathtub. Now as you can see in this bathtub, there is already silicone sealant. However, it's in a pretty bad state and that could cause mold and mildew buildup over time. Now you can either use a chemical compound like this and literally just spritz it over the area and then allow it to sit for the recommended time before washing it off. However, if the mold and mildew buildup is really bad, you may need to consider replacing it. And that's what we're going to do today. Now, as we did before, clean the area before applying your silicone strip. I'm using a metal cutting knife to remove the old silicone sealant. Once it's removed, I clean off the area with a wet cloth, and then after it's dry, I place masking tape to mask off the area where I'll place the silicone sealant. Now that the area is masked off, we can apply the silicone around the bathtub. And again, we can smooth it out with our finger. A great way to add value to your bathroom is through the use of accessories. And for example, we're going to add a towel rack. So this can also be very stressful because we have to drill through tiles. Now there is a very specialized way to drill through that, and I'll show you that in a second. But some things to consider is the location of plumbing pipes. Now as a general rule of thumb in single-story homes, your plumbing pipes are situated from the ground up around your bath, your toilet and your basin. So avoid those areas when drilling through tiles. The first step is to measure out the height of our towel rack. I'm going to use 80 centimeters or 800 millimeters from the top of my bathtub to where I want my towel rack to be. We can place a piece of masking tape over it to mark out where we'll drill our holes into our tile. So I'm just going to use the actual supporting bracket and then mark out where we'll actually drill our holes. In order to drill through ceramic tiles, I'm using a ceramic drill bit. It has a carbide tip and is specially made in order to drill through tiles. Now here's a quick tip. Take your plug as well as your screw and just mark out roughly where you actually want to drill through in terms of the length. Then place a bit of masking tape to that length so it gives you a good indication of where to stop drilling. Otherwise, you'll drill too far and may hit something you don't want to. Now, the masking tape forms two functions. Firstly, it prevents the drill bit from sliding around while you're trying to drill, and secondly, it avoids any tile splinter. Now that we've drilled out our first set of holes, measure the width of your towel rack and repeat the same process to drill out the second set of holes. Now that all our holes are drilled and our plugs are popped into the wall, we can mount our brackets using some screws. So just place the brackets over the holes that you've drilled and then fasten them up. Now that your brackets are secure, place your decorative coverings over them so they look good. Now assemble the rest of your towel rack from the inside out. I'm using an Allen key just to secure it from the bottom. Great, our towel rack is now in place. So now that you know some great tips and tricks on improving the value of your bathroom, go out there and make your own the star of your home.